Right, good morning and welcome back to another video. So we are in the man cave at the moment. I'm prepping from a trip out to Scandinavia in a couple of weeks. So what I generally like to do is take my time and really start to think about a month previous to heading out of what I want to take, and then when time gets closer to the actual date when I'll be going, then I look at what I actually can take with me. So the plan of this little trip is we've got 4 days in Norway, down in Østmarka, where we're going to be doing a little bit of hammock camping and fishing. And then the two boys that I'm going with, I'm going to take them back to the airport. And then me and another mate are continuing on for 10 days back to Glaskogen in Sweden there. So there's a fair bit of gear that's needed for it. So we've got 20 kilos luggage allowance with good old Ryanair there, which you think is enough for a hiking trip. Well, yes, it is definitely enough for a hiking trip. But when you throw in your fishing gear, you throw in a Packraft, your PFD, your paddle, and then of course food for 2 weeks as well. Could buy the food out there, but I've got all the food here, so I might as well take it with me as well. So yeah, like I say, so I generally tend to take my time, lay all my stuff out, work out what I actually want to take, and then start dwindling it down so you can actually work out what you can take with your flight allowance, with your weight allowance as well. So firstly, what we'll do, we'll take a look at what's in the big bag. Right, so in the main bag, so this bag here, this is a beast of a bag, and it's an absolute brilliant flight bag this is. So this is by Fjern, and this is the Oreda. So this is 105 litres, I think this is here. It weighs about 4 kilos, so it's quite a heavy bag, but it's massively durable. You've got wheels on the bottom, you've got a handle on the top there, and it's just a solid bag to put all your gear in. So I could lower my weight if I wanted to and throw everything into my rucksack and then wrap my rucksack up in cling film, because the problem is we're traveling with rucksacks when you're going on when it's going on the conveyor belts and things like that, the straps get caught up and you can just destroy your bag even before you've actually headed out on your trip. So if you are going to take just your rucksack out, then what I would recommend is just buying one of the small thin little flight bags you can put them in, or just wrap it up in cling film. But I thought what we'll do is we'll lay everything out into this bag, and then once I get to the destination I can just take everything out of the bag and leave this in the car with all of my spare clothes and everything else for the second week there. So let's lay this down and I'll show you what's inside. So this weighs about 19.3 kilos, I think it does. So like I say, the bag weighs about 5 kilos, so there's about 14 kilos of gear inside of there. And yes, it is a heavy old thing, and I do miss my days of a 9 to 10 kilo bag when you're out hiking and it's nice and light. It's absolutely brilliant. And but to be, you know, when you start pack rafting and you're carrying fishing gear and stuff, the weight all adds up. But I'd rather be carrying a little bit more weight to have that versatility of being able to pack raft and do a bit of fishing to feed myself as well. Right, let's have a look what's inside. Right, so the first thing that's inside, on the top there, I've got my down quilt that good old Ginge made for me here. So this down quilt, it's probably about a 3-season bag, I would say it is, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's actually made for hammock camping, this one is, because he's built it with the poppets down the side, so you can have your leg box down there, and then you can just loop it over your head like so to tuck yourself in. And I generally use this for hiking, for camping, and for my hammock camping as well. So that's coming with. Now there's loads and loads of gear inside of here, so let's just take a look at what we've got inside here. So the first item coming out is my stove, and that is the Fjern larder stove. Now I could go lighter and use this little stove here. So this is my sort of really ultra lightweight kit here. It weighs about 400 grams with a gas can inside of that. But the reason I'm taking this one is we're going to be cooking as well as eating freeze-dried meals. So the reason I'm taking this one is it has a little pot stand as well, so you can use that with a frying pan or a pot as well. So that's the reason that I'm just going a little bit heavier with the Fjern larder stove. Right, next bit of kit coming out. So Scandinavia in June, we're talking midges, we're talking mosquitoes, horseflies, bug.com is what we're talking about when we're over there. So definitely taking this. So this is the original bug shirt. It's a mosquito shirt, and it just packs up into its own little pocket like you can see here. This is the elite version. This one is there. There's a discount code if you're interested in purchasing one of these in the description below. But as you can see, it just unravels, and then once you've got the jacket on, you can see you've got drawstring around your wrists here as well to stop anything crawling up inside. You've got the mesh on either side there, so it does allow the wind, and so you can ventilate yourself inside there as well. So really micro mesh as well, so nothing's going to bite through that as well. And then the actual material as well, nothing can actually get through the material as well. And then when you want to wrap yourself up, it's best to wear a cap underneath this, so it just keeps the actual mosquito screen off your face. And then you just basically just zip up the front, and away you go. So you've got a little pocket on the front there, and then you've got the big pocket, stuff pocket on the front there. So like I say, I generally tend to wear this quite a bit really, just as a bit of a windshield, and to keep the sun, touch wood, the sun off my skin as well. So that is the original bug shirt, which I would definitely recommend for places like Scandinavia, Scotland, Wales, wherever you're heading out to where the bugs are going to attack. Right, so let's get the big stuff out of the way. So let's get the pack raft out. So the pack raft I'm taking this time is the MRS micro raft. It's a really durable pack raft, really versatile. I'll stick a link up the top there to a review video of this pack raft if you want to take a look at that. The reason I'm taking this is, like I say, it's durable. It's got a spray deck on it as well, so if it's absolutely throwing it down, I can hide myself away inside of it with a waterproof jacket on. And it's just really durable. The floor's really durable. It can deal with scrapes and being pulled and up and down rocks and everything. Yes, it is a little bit heavy. You know, if you wanted to drop your weight down, you could take something like the MRS Surveyor, which is about 2.2 kilos. But for me, the MRS micro raft is a really versatile pack raft, and it's perfectly suited to what I'm going to be doing. So the flotation jacket I'm taking is the Amphibio Boy. Now I might be taking a new one because I might have a new one come just in time for it, but generally this is the jacket that I like to take with me. It's packable, it goes down to nothing, it weighs nothing, it's not in a way like a bulky PFD. I don't need to have anything, you know, that's suitable for whitewater paddling or anything, because I'm not going to be doing any of that. But this is just a really versatile inflatable flotation jacket. If you want some more information on this, I'll stick a link up the top there to the Amphibio Boy. So the next is the paddle. So what I generally tend to do with the paddle is lay the paddle down amongst all of the soft stuff, so it's going to protect especially the tops of the paddle there, and obviously the blade as well. I've used this one for a few years now. So this is the Amphibio Wave, and it's just a really perfect little 4-piece paddle for pack rafting. Right, now wet gear. So wet gear, I've gone for packable wet gear. So jacket wise, we've got the Fjörn Skuld, and that is just a really, as you can see there, lightweight packable jacket. It's really waterproof. Out of all of the jackets I've tried, this is the only one that has really survived downpours, and it's just a really nice little jacket. It's lightweight as well, and it packs away perfectly. And then we've just got a pair of Rab waterproof trousers there that if we need to stick them on, we'll stick them on. Right, sleeping gear. So over the course of the last month, in my head there's been a battle: tent, hammock, hammock and tent, or just tent or hammock. And it's gone on for a month. So finally, I've decided I am going to go with just the hammock. So I'm going to take out my DD Hammocks frontline hammock. Absolute brilliant hammock this is there. It's got a mosquito net that runs across the top there, so you can completely get yourself away from all of the bugs there. So that's the hammock. Tarp wise, I've got a DD super light tarp there. So this is a 3x2.9 tarp. And it weighs about 460 grams, so it's a really lightweight tarp inside of there. And then we've got the under blanket there as well. That's the DD under blanket, which suspends underneath your hammock, just to give you a bit of insulation whilst you're sleeping. All right, now warmth. So down jacket wise, this is the Fjörn Active. It's a really nice little down jacket. It's not, I mean, this one's quite old now, so it's lost a lot of the loft into it as well. But the reason I take this is it packs up into its own pocket there. There is a little review video. I'll stick a link to that if you want to take a look at this jacket. Well, like I say, it packs up into its own little pocket there, and it's just something nice just to have on in the evening or when you wake up first thing in the morning, as a little bit of warmth whilst the sun comes out, fingers crossed, instead of the rain. Well, there we go. So that is the Fjörn Active down jacket. So nearly there, so we'll just take a look at these next two items. So water bottle wise, I've got my good old faithful Nalgene, and that's a litre wide mouth bottle that is. And then I've got my possibles pouch here, so there's a good few bits of gear inside of that. So we'll just go through that quickly, what we've got inside of there. So we've got a Fjällräven water bag, so that is quite handy if you want to fill up and just take a bag of water up to camp for washing in, or to filter at a later stage. And then talking about filters, I've got my Soya Mini wrapped up in a silicone bottle just there. A little torch. Now you're not going to need much light. I'm not going to take a headlamp with me because it's Scandinavia in the middle of summer. And then in that little box there, I've got some spare batteries from a GPS tracker. And then in the top there, I don't know whether you can see that, there's just some thread and some sinew on there with a couple of needles just in case anything needs a quick repair. Good old faithful couple of tea lights inside of there. And then we got a backup compass, a little bit of mini paracord. And that is roughly it out of the possibles pouch. All right, next. Now, I don't really need to take this with me, but if I want to do some trolling and some fishing from a pack raft, this comes in really, really handy because it's a little rod rest that can fit onto your pack raft. And it's really, really simple. It's really, really lightweight. So we'll just take a little look-see at that there. So basically what you've got with this is you've got two carbon fiber rod holders that actually slot into these tent poles here. And they literally will just connect to your tie-off loops on your pack raft there. I'll just show you a little clip of this being used, but it's really, really lightweight, and it really just does aid if you're fishing from your pack raft, because the way that these sit inside of your pack raft is that they'll be sitting on the front like so they hold the rod out at an angle so you can paddle and you're not going to get your paddle caught on your line. So definitely worth taking with me. As I say, I don't really need to take it, but it's a nice thing to have. Right, and then final couple of items out of the main compartment. So how am I going to be carrying all of this? So I'm going to be using the 6 Moons Flex PR. So this bag, or shall I say harness, because you can see it literally is just a harness to carry a dry bag, is perfectly made and specifically made for pack rafting. It's absolutely perfect, it really is. So at the bottom of the main compartment, I've got a 70-litre dry bag, so all of my gear is going to be stowed within that, and then that is going to be fixed in the harness there, and I'll be carrying that on my back. The great thing about the Flex PR is it's, like I say, it's specifically designed for pack rafting. You've got your slot on the front there for your paddles there. You can shove all of your wet gear and everything into the front there. You've got pouches on the actual shoulder harnesses there where you can stick a water bottle or other bits and bobs. And then the other great thing is on the sides there, you've got these really big, on the hip belts, you've got these really big pouches as well, and it's fully adjustable. So you can use it with like the 70-litre dry bag or the 50-litre dry bag, whatever your load is needed. So that's the Flex PR. If you want some more information about that, I'll stick a link up the top there to a video where we're going to take a little bit more of a look at the Flex PR by 6 Moons. And then we've just got the zip compartment on the top of the bag there. So inside of there, I've got my set of gloves, my beanie, my knife, and my ferro rod. And then I've also got my OMM chest pouch as well, which I do like to carry because I can stick that on the front end. I can have spare batteries, a bit of food, map, especially in the front of that as well. My paddle leash, my skeg for my pack raft, my elastic bungees, and then I've got 28-watt solar charger there so I can charge my batteries while we're going around. I've got my 2 maps, so we've got Østmarka and we've also got Glaskogen as well, so I'll be carrying those with me all the time. And then I've got my pack raft repair kit. Now that is quite a lot of gear, it's quite a lot of stuff to take with me, but that's not all. Let's take a look at the second bag. So you're probably saying, well, you are saying to yourself, I'm sure, you know, that is a hell of a lot of gear, that must weigh a hell of a lot. So my total pack weight is about 17.3 kilos, so it is a fair amount of gear. But when you start putting in pack rafting gear and fishing gear, it definitely adds up. I could lose a lot of the weight if I went down to using the backwards bungalow instead of the hammock, and then I could drop the weight a fair bit there. But I want to go out and use a hammock. It's been a while since I've been out and done a hammock camp. So the second bag here, so we've got 9 kilos of gear inside of this, and I'm not obviously carrying all of this at the same time. There's a lot of food and stuff inside of that for the second week. So let's have a look at what's inside of this bag here. So fishing gear, I've got a fair bit of fishing gear with me because I'm looking at doing a lot of different types of fishing: pike fishing, perch fishing, trout fishing, fly fishing, and obviously fixed spool fishing as well. So the perfect rod for this to take with us is the X5 Adventure by Rigged and Ready. So this is a combo rod. This can do a multitude of different tips and different weights of lures and whatever you're using. It's also a fly rod as well. And then what I've done is inside of the pack there as well, if I can find it quickly, is just at the bottom I've also just pushed in a little tenkara rod as well, which is a great method of fishing, and I absolutely love it. So inside of there I've got a spool with 30-pound braid, and then I've also got a spool with 6-pound fluoro, and then I've got a 4-weight fly reel inside of there as well. So that's the rod. So that's the X5 Adventure by Rigged and Ready. Now gear wise, I've pretty much got everything I need inside of here. So we've got some big old lures inside of there. We've got a lot of silicone stuff inside of there, my traces, smaller spinners, hooks, and there's pretty much everything inside of there. I'll just show you a quick little look at that. We won't go through everything inside of there, but that's the rough sort of gear that I'll be taking with me as well. So we've got some Strike Pro pike lures there. We've got some small Salmo lures. We've got some silicone lures. We've got some Z-Man lures inside of there. Some more Z-Man stuff. Big thing of hooks and weights inside of there. My traces just on the side there, and a big selection of spinners. And then we've got fishing random bag inside of here. So I always take this bag with me because I can just clip this on into the pack raft when I'm using, so I can just grab bits of gear inside of there. We'll just go through a few bits that is inside of there. So we've got a selection of fly fishing equipment there with some tippet, some spare leaders, some sinking leaders inside of there, and then I've got a selection of dry and wet flies inside of there. And then we've got some terminal tackle inside of this one here. So that is literally just like my hooks, my drop shot weights, some float stops, and some swivels, some other weights and bits and bobs. So that is just a small selection of terminal tackle inside of there. A selection of floats, because I'm not really sure what type of fishing I'm going to be doing whilst we're out there. I've got my leader for my tenkara rod on there. We've got a couple of traces, some spare fluoro, pair of forceps, bell, pair of scissors, a disgorger, and a couple of ledgers. So that is all of my fishing gear for when we're out fishing. Right, next. So clothing wise, that probably weighs about 2 kilos. There's not a great deal of clothes inside of that. There is a pair of jogging type bottoms there for the evening, a pair of warm socks for the evening, another fleece. There's some clothing to sleep in, a couple of spare pair of pants, spare pair of waterproof socks, and another pair of socks, and that is it. I'm literally going to be just wearing the same clothes for 2 weeks really, but I will be washing the clothes as well. I can't see the point of taking loads of different pairs of trousers and tops with you and then you just carrying dirty clothes with you. So I'm going to take my time and spend a bit of time washing my stuff, and then that just brings down the weight as well, because I really do need to wash the weight because there's a lot of weight that I'm taking with me. Right, next. So the next bag, we've got a load of random bits inside of here. Most of the stuff inside of this big bag here you could buy whilst you're out there if you're really concerned about your weight, but I've got it all here and I might as well use it. So inside of this bag, like I say, load of randoms. We've got some donk roll, we've got the little spade for the donk roll, cookser, and we got some cordial. So the reason I've got this is that although you're filtering the water and you make the water safe to drink and stuff, it still has that dank sort of peaty flavour to it, and it's not really very palatable. So I generally take this with me just to stick a couple of drops in there just to make it taste a little bit better. So that's something I really would recommend taking with. Next we've got Misc. So this is probably the best mosquito repellent out that I have come across. This is a spray bottle. This was and I've only ever seen this in Scandinavia, but it's really worth getting hold of if you can get hold of. We've got a Silky, although we're not going to be cooking off fires while we're in Norway, because there's a fire ban this time of the year when we're out there, but once we get to Sweden we will be making fires. And then I've got my wash kit and my sleep kit. So inside of there's some Pits and Bits body wash inside of there. There's a couple of cloths, there's my toothbrush, an eye mask, some earplugs. Now 3 of us are staying in hammocks, and when you're generally sleeping in a hammock, you're sleeping on your back, and then you do find a lot of people are making noises like mortally wounded wildebeests. So earplugs are a definite must. And then what else we got in there? So I've got my spot tracker as well, although I don't think I'll be needing that because I think there's probably going to be a good mobile signal and a random piece of paracord. Right, next. So in this little bag here, great bit of kit this is. So this is an old German butter dish. It's army surplus butter dish. These are absolutely brilliant, these are, because they actually keep it really, really cool. So I'm going to go out there, get my butter and stick my butter inside of there and carry that with me. Next we've got the light my fire kit. Now, absolute brilliant piece of kit this is, because this opens up. You've got a plate there. You've got a couple of little tubs inside of there. Now I use these when I make up my batter and stuff for the fish that we've caught inside. And then inside that you've got a little tiny chopping board, a bowl, and then obviously that chopping board can be used as a strainer as well. So that's a brilliant bit of kit. So all of the other bits of food that we're going to be taking with, like the flour and breadcrumbs and stuff, one of the other boys is carrying that, so I haven't got to carry that inside. And then the frying pan that we've got here, so we've got the Stabilotherm. I forget what this one is called, but you can see you just cut a stick down to fit into the end of it, and off you go. Yes, could go to a titanium one, but you've got to have some little bit of comfort when you're camping. All right, last 2 bags. Right, we're getting there to the end. So this is the bag that I will be carrying with me during each trip there, with all my food inside of it. So I've basically got inside of here a load of freeze-dried meals for the whole duration of the 4-day trip, and then I'll restock once we do the 10-day trip there as well. So we've got some single coffee bags here by Pfaff. These are brilliant little bits of kit, and they're just really tasty as well. Spork. Now I've made sure I've got a spork with me because I normally generally forget it. And then I've got a selection of jerky by Renier. And then we've also got some freeze-dried meals there. So what have we got there? We've got a beef stew. And then I've also shoved in one of these. These are really quite good, actually. You find them in Lidl's every now and then when they have their Alpine week there. So these are basically Rosties, and they come in really handy. They last forever inside of those packs there, and they're just really good to cook up if you've got a bit of fish that you're frying up as well. So that is the bag that I will be carrying for each trip. And then I've just got another bag here with a load more freeze-dried meals that will be kept in the car that I can restock when I need to from there. So a load more jerky inside of there, and then we've got a load more freeze-dried meals as well by Real Termat. What have we got there? That's my favourite. That one is salmon and pasta. And then I've also got inside of here a couple of other like potatoes that are all MRE mix type meals as well, and a couple of other ones. Never tried these ones before, so we've gone with a Expedition Foods chicken tikka, and then we've got a fire pot keema curry as well. So there we go. That is everything for 2 weeks out in Scandinavia. Yes, it's a lot of gear, but I'm really looking forward to it, enjoying this by fishing, by pack rafting, having some great camps in the evening, and just really enjoying myself as well. The only other thing that I haven't got to show you there is like my cooking utensils and stuff, but that will be inside of that bag as well. So there we go. Thank you for watching this little gear loadout. Please do leave as many comments and just tell me how mad I am in carrying all of this gear with me on this duration of trip. The other thing I forgot to mention as well is the camera gear that goes with as well. So there's also a drone, there's also my camera and my batteries and all my backup bits and bobs as well. So thanks for watching this video. Like I say, please do leave us a comment in there to just tell me what you would take out, and any ways to lower the weight down as well. My name is Martin. If you're into your hiking, your fishing and bushcraft, then please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time on the next one.